Right then, I think that's my cue to start putting stuff in the right place here. Sorry, I'm still setting up Banished. I've just finished downloading the Colonial Charter mod. Let's see whether this works. Hopefully it will. It crashed my game last time, so let's find out.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, Sergeant Death Hunter, wow. Hello, sir. 15 months. Holy shit. Hello, hello, Mr. Haddock. How do you diddly do? Still crashing, I think. Hello. Hold in there! Come on, fight your way through to the main menu. It's a black screen. It's thinking about it. I know, a stream that isn't Divinity. Shocking, I know. Ah! That sounds promising. Right. Lovely. Colonial England. Let's quickly tab out and try and fucking find the capture window that I need. This one? Possibly? We'll go to Banished 64-bit. I genuinely would have been surprised by that. Okay, so, welcome back to Banished. It's been a very long time since I've played this. I don't actually know how many years old this game is. Right hand for wanker, I still pissed that banned my account. I would be a grey bear now if you had the old account. I know. I'm pretty good there, Dark Solace. I've literally just had a shower because I'm a lazy bum. Not long risen from the grave, and now I'm going to play some games, some Banished, as it were. I do quite like this. There's a certain relaxedness to it, so we're going to give it a bash, as it were. So we need to choose a village to start with. There's a few different things that we can define in a Colonial Charter. I think right out of the gate we're going to go for a very large map, just so we've got options in terms of expansion. And yeah, then we got to find a village name, do loads of other stuff as well. We'll see how we're going. So, while I'm tinkering around here, what kind of village do you think we should go for? We've got loads of different terrains. We've got desert, red desert, swamp, water world, jungle, rivers, cold valleys, which is like mountainous, very freezing terrain, which is sort of the ones I like. Bleak mountain, which is just mountains everywhere, very good for mining. Basically, which one you go for is what you specialise in your village. So, for example, mining's very good in the bleak mountains up here, whereas verdant plains is really more designed for farming. So it really depends what kind of industry you want your town to go for. The Godmama, I bought this game because of me. Oh, that's very... I Banished. It's fucking... OG Godmama. Like, literally. What an old game this is. What do we do? So we've got swamp, desert, cold. You should call it Quebecville. I should just call it Quebec. There is a town, there is a village. Marsh. Is there marshes? Oh no, that sounds terrible. Marsh. So we could go for like a swamp. A very bleak, what should we call it? Bleak town or something. Bleak town. Yeah, bleak town marshlands. What should we call it? Bleak mountain. Get out of my swamp. Yeah, that's a good name for a village. Quebekistan. Maybe if we're in the desert. 2014, old game. It is. It's very old. It's 5 years now. Call it Scotland. Oh no. I'm not sure. I quite like Bleak Town. Quebec Flint Town, Mordor, could do. Call it Birmingham. No, it's only Scotland's more appropriate than Birmingham if it's marsh. Name it nothing here, go away. I like Bleak Town. Bleak Town. Let's spam the seed a few times. And what kind of climate do we want? Let's see. What kind of climate would a very harsh is things like extremely cold winters, very wet, very dry summers. Which can affect obviously your crop yield and so on. So I'm not sure what I want to go with. Very mild Mediterranean, obviously no snow. What would be one for marshes? Broketown, Solihull, yeah, could call it that. Very harsh. Womble's apartment, even though it's nearly 5 years old, it still holds up well. It really does. That's the nice thing. Very harsh. Why very harsh? Do we want to go for a very harsh swampland city? It's what's the name? Oh, what is it? Is it Marthol from fucking? What's that shit town that's in the swamp in Skyrim? What's that shit? The one that you can't take a fucking carriage to, and it's always a pain in the ass to get there the first time you go. Is it Morthal or something? Not the dwarf city, the really shit one in the bog. A very harsh marshland. Okay, we're going to go with a very harsh marshland. We want disasters on. And what kind of start do we want? Jesus, there's loads. We can go shipwreck, jungle, northern pines, Adam and Eve. Oh god, we don't want to go with the band. Is there any one specific to swamps? Jungle, forest, Eldorado, Synchroid. The New Frontier looks about right. The New Frontier starts you off at a frontier outpost next to a friendly Native American village. Defend and nurture your citizens, and your legend will be told in the West for all time. The game starts with 3 families and a small fort, with some supplies already being constructed, including the option to discover treasures at ceremonial grounds. I'm not sure. Morthal doesn't have a carriage, but you can get to it by. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Hello, Sheepwars. Yeah, I'm not sure. What should we go with? Frontier, missionary. Missionary game starts with a parish house and 3 families. 2 of them are uneducated. 2 houses are already built, and some basic supplies are provided. A storage cart is available. Some seeds for fields and orchards are available as well, and a herd of livestock. Let's see. Ooh, native village hard. The native village start requires you to have good relations with the native tribe in the area and is a fairly hard start. The village will require resources, upgrades, to signal your friendship, and then you'll have a choice of how you want to interact with the buildings. As foreigners in this land, you have much to learn from from seeking allies instead of enemies. I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know. There's loads of fucking starts. None of them strike me as particularly bog-like. Let's have a look at this. Hard game, excluding palms. A hard game begins with 4 families, a small amount of clothing and food. Okay. Go on. Palm and tropical trees only. We want like bog. Bamboo trees? Bamboo's kind of bog-like, isn't it? Swampy. I guess not. The jungle. A hard game with trees, with all trees found in the mod in the game. A hard game begins with 4 found. Ooh, we could go with the jungle start. This forest. Okay, just a forest, generic forest, nothing particularly. The Curse of the Golden Llama. The Curse of the Golden Llama is the closest thing to a mystery in the world of Banished. What is the Golden Llama? What mysteries does it hold? Dare you explore its murky interior? This game starts according to the regular hard settings, but includes the option to adventure for a chance at treasure. The Curse of the Golden Llama. I don't know. I have no idea. Hello, Longfang, welcome. And Husky is the best. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just deciding on a campaign to go with. The old castle could be quite cool. We could build around the old castle. But then again, I'm not sure. Shipwreck. Medium plus. Jungle. Shipwreck. Shipwrecked in an unknown land, a small amount of food, stone and wood, along with seeds and livestock were salvaged from the wreck. Interesting. Clever Rat, thank you very much. Okay, I think I'm just going to have to choose one. We're going to go with the Golden Llama. So we go. Okay, where is it? The Curse of the Golden Llama on a hard start. So Bleak Town, marshlands, very large map, very harsh climate. Disasters are on, and we are going for the Curse of the Golden Llama start. So let's see where we get placed. Your country has rested all of their colonial ambitions on your venture. Your job is to ensure the survival of your country's citizens. So we're going to Are we RP as swamp Germans? No, I don't think so. It's like a medieval city builder, yeah. So you've got to not quite the settlers, but I'm not sure. We'll see. The Curse of the Golden Bear. Oh, we could do. The hunt for Scottish treasure begins. It's like a crumpled Scottish fiver under a rock somewhere. That'll do. First time playing Banished? No, I've played it before. I will admit, I've never played the Curse of the Golden Llama before. So this is a little bit new for me, but we'll adapt, improvise, overcome, as it were. So we'll see how we do. We've just got to wait for the map to load here because it's obviously a very large one, and we're going to pause right out of the. I think. So I don't know what this is. A quest. Oh my god. Okay, quest sign. Curse of the Golden Llama, because this sign can be demolished but cannot be rebuilt. Hundreds of years have gone by since the ancient civilization living here was, oh my god, was wiped out by a combination of old world diseases, war and famine. Greedy explorers flocking here en masse disappeared one by one into the dense woods without a trace, never heard from again. Those that did come back lived out their lives as very rich men indeed. Now you're here for a totally different reason, to survive. You will succumb to the same fate as those brave, perhaps stupid, dead men or women? Or will you pay the ancient gods... or will you pay the ancient gods in blood for your wealth? Interesting. Okay, so that's the quest sign. So we've got to get rid of it at some point. This doesn't look very marsh-like to me. It's like this is like Incan. Incan in the snow, no less. It looks really weird having snow in this kind of biome. There's palm trees everywhere. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Right, so, first things first, we have to worry about housing. Now, what kind of housing would we go for? Rustic abodes, maybe? They're quite shit, all things considered. We've got tiny shacks. Just need a little bit of stone. Log cabins. Log cabins would be quite good, but they're very, very wood heavy. Let's see. Just a normal wooden house. Normal wooden house gives us the ability to upgrade to stone afterwards. We've got a reasonably large lake here that we can use for fishing and other such material and resources. Not sure what these weird ass trees are. Okay. Well, we might as well fucking just jump in, I think. So let's start by building just a set of houses, I think. Let's go for just normal wooden houses, and we'll go from there. Because these are the ones that we have. So we'll put one there, one there. We'll have a 2x2 street that goes that way, one there. And how many families was it for a hard start? I think it's 4 families. We'll have one that goes here as well. And then we'll go from there. We are going to need a stockpile to start with, so I'm going to put one of those down. Stockpile just a generic stockpile, so it doesn't tell me off for having things in weird places. We'll put the stockpile by the giant llama. Let's go for an 8x4 grid of stockpiled materials, and then we'll go out and gather some supplies. We need firewood to start with. So we'll chop down some of the surrounding trees here, especially over here, sort of start clearing our way into the forest just slowly. And then we'll grab some stone. Where else is there some stone? Some stone over here, got some stone down there. Nice big load of stone there. And then we'll grab some iron as well for making tools. Lovely. Let's get the guys underway. And then we want to go out of that and then select 2 builders for work. Lovely. So we'll put it on ×2 speed or ×5 speed just to begin with while we're figuring stuff out. We can also demolish this side. We can get rid of that. So turn the game down a little bit so it's a bit less ear rapey. Music volume effects. Let's bring it down. 65. Let's do that for all of them. 65 and 65. Right, done. Really made no difference at all. Music is a touch loud. Yep. Tell you what, if I kill it, but if I turn it down in the Windows. Or control over there. Let's turn about there. Let's try that. Any better? Hopefully. Yeah, that's it. That's a bit of the edge taken off here. What's this? So work. Oh, so an adventure. Number of citizens. A native monument. I don't know what this does. Dry goods, apparently. No idea what working there does, but we should find out in the near future with any luck. Okay, we're also going to want a place to make firewood as it's very cold at the moment. So let's go down to resource processing. It's this one, refined resources, fuel production, and let's make, well, just to begin with, let's just make a chopper. We'll put him just here in front of, just a very basic place to make firewood. Won't take them long to build that. Hello there, is it Chris? Chris, I'll call you Chris. How you doing? Really not sure what this does. Really don't know. The reserve of logs is low, that I'm aware of. We're going to need food as well. We're going to run out of potatoes quite quickly otherwise. Oh yeah, look at this, very harsh climate. Let's get some roads in. What have we got? We've got gravel roads, we've got soil roads. I think soil roads would look nice in this absolutely abysmal biome that we've chosen to settle in. The snowiest, like, tropical, marshiest thing. It's just the worst biome it could possibly be. Okay. The shit's building nicely. Supplies are coming in. Builders are building the houses first as priority, and then they'll move on and build some other things. Game music's still drowning me out. Okay, we'll turn it down a little bit more. Ooh. Turn that down to about 30%. Sorry, getting the volumes right on this is always a pain in the ass. Any better? Hopefully better. Okay. So that's under construction now. We need tools and like work equipment and things like that. Hopefully that fire cutter is going to be up soon. Fire cutter, wood cutter. Let's see what else we can do. Clothing and fabrics. We need a place to make tools, which means we need a smithy, a blacksmith. A very basic one wouldn't go amiss. Put him here. And that would do. That'll do. Soil roads in. Just here on the corner and have that 4-bit there. So far so good. Blacksmith, we need iron ore for that. Iron ore will be harvested at some point in the very near future. We do need firewood. Once they're finished building those houses, they'll be able to get some firewood in down here. Cheeky midday stream queue? Yeah, no worries. What's going on? We're playing Banished. We're doing the Curse of the Golden Llama run, which is we need to find out what the Golden Llama is, who built it, and so on. So we've got to go on expeditions into the jungle and so forth. So it's going to be interesting. A little bit of a mountain range here. It's not too bad. Again, the most like weird tropical environment. I guess this is the curse. It's like there's all of these different biomes that come together in one just dodgy-ass conglomeration as a result of the Golden Llama. Native monument. Really don't know what it does, but we'll never know. We'll never know. This guy's just standing here looking at that shit. He's an adventurer, but we don't know what he's adventuring yet. Okay, so now we need to start thinking about food, because firewood is starting to get made over there. We'll make a long road down to the docks, or what will be the docks, and then we'll make some food and drink down here, I think. We'll go this way, and then we'll make a fishing hut. That's always a good staple way to get some food. So we want to go to here. I'll just move my mic in a little bit. We want to go to food production. We want to go to this tab, or no, this tab, and get a fishing dock in there. Lovely. Just like this. Marvellous. And then we can use that to acquire some food and some materials later. A gatherer's hut is also a good way to go, which I might do by going out this way, to be honest. Just as the main junction in and out of town. So a gatherer's hut is not a bad idea. The reserve of food is low, yep, you see. Got to be careful of that. A lot of people will have food stockpiled in their houses, so it's not awful, but it's also not ideal. We'll put the blacksmith on pause for the moment, because we need the food. We do need some firewood made when we get the chance. Not sure what the builders are waiting for. Still waiting for 2 more logs, apparently. Still waiting for goods to get distributed. We'll see. Really need this fishing hut built when the AI is good and ready for it. Can't set it as a priority job, so we've just got to wait. At the moment it's not too cold in the current climate, so we should be okay for the most part. Okay. Let's see here. What's going to be done next? Still just gathering materials and stuff at the moment, never a bad thing. Okay. Is that a giant? Is that a giant llama made of gold? It certainly is. I can't like break it down or anything like that. I just need somebody to drop off those last 2 pieces of wood, and then we can really get this underway. We're all sort of just clearing the edges of the forest at the moment. In terms of other materials and supplies, what else can we get? I think we should build a marketplace, to be honest. I think that's going to be a good shout. So let's get a storage barn built, just initially, and then we'll go from there. Still too loud on the music? Okay. Yeah, sorry, this is all the way down.
Yeah.
15, 25. We'll get there, we'll get there. Thank you very much to the special Ted. No worries, mate, welcome. There we go, and the game is paused, not frozen. Good. Okay, what do we want? A small market is always a good building to get, but where to put it? I wouldn't put it there. I'd probably put it like over here somewhere, where the market sort of opens up a little bit. Just around here. I think that would be a good place for it. Yeah. Or maybe somewhere more central. Could have it next to the Golden Llama. What about a big market? What about one of the central markets? It's not an edibles market, but a rural market. Oosh. Oi. They're probably a bit too ambitious, maybe? I'm not sure. It'd be a good centerpiece for the village, I guess, but it can't really be a centerpiece because the Golden Llama's in the way. Unless we were to put it over here where the blacksmith is. No, we'll be alright. We'll go for a small market, I think, out of the box. And then we'll go from there. But where do we put the small market? I want to put it sort of here. I think that would do nicely. So we'll put the small market sort of in there, which means getting rid of this thing, which means just building some temporary storage while we move supplies. So we need to build just a small barn to start with that we can move the supplies out of and put over there, and then we can build our large market and get rid of the barn. Nice and easy. So only 4% left in storage, then we can move stuff, build some other stuff around, and all should be good with any luck. Again, we just need them to build this fire pit so we can start making firewood. That's really the next big thing I need them to do, just to clear the way for us. Let's see. Whose idea was it to make the Golden Llama in the first place? Truthfully, I do not know. They're still putting stuff away. Plenty of logs. Really need someone to come and build this. It only needs 2 more pieces of stone. Eventually, someone will queue it up, and it will happen. It's just taking a little while. Loads of kids. Marvelé. Right. At the moment, we're just waiting for jobs to get queued up and through. Ah, there we go. The builders should get on that now. Perfect. Slowly but surely. When the builders are ready, they'll come and start constructing this. Here he is. Takes a little bit of time just to dig a pit in the ground, but that's what we need, so... So I'm thinking of having some of my like industrial, like agriculture stuff, or not agriculture, but like fishing and woodworking and things out here on the docks, and then have some more of your residential stuff in here, so that we could export some of it potentially if we needed to. Okay, very, very important that we get the firewood sorted now. Yep, get someone on that. Make it 200 fuel limit. There we go. Someone's going to be working that very shortly because we need firewood rather desperately. Who is taking the time? There we go. It's that lass there. She's chopping up firewood. It's going to take her a little bit of time, but it should be enough. Food is now an issue. We're running out of food. Hopefully people don't starve to death before things are ready. That's, again, a given and an ideal with any luck. People taking firewood back to their houses. It's not much, but it should keep them going. Food is the next big one, obviously. So we'll try and get some people in here. So just turn it down to ×2 speed here. Lovely. We'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 workers at the dock here. And really try and get our food back up. We'll get this place under construction now. Again, food isn't... It's not a massive problem, but it is going to take some time to rectify that issue. These guys are going out to the docks to catch some fish. Marvellous. The world's slowest ducks are flying overhead. Marvellous. There we go. So fishing should be underway now. So far nothing caught, but we'll see. There are 4 of them at work, so there we go. Our first crate of fish just been caught on the dockland there. They're building this barn, ready to tear that down so we can make a market, and then really we're sort of in a good place. We can get underway, as it were. Nice. Very nice. Okay. People are discussing how the llama doesn't fit with my persona. Why not get a Curse of the Golden Bear? It doesn't look like a bear. There was no Curse of the Golden Bear, I'm afraid. And my persona, what? Persona. No escaping that, I guess. Right, let's see. 93% done. Fish, 26 pieces of fish have been brought in. This guy really needs to get some food or what have you. We really do need a blacksmith as well. Do we have much iron ore? Got a little bit of salt. Grab some more iron ore. Mark this for a sweep and retrieve. A little bit over there. Just to make tools and equipment with that we'll need. It does mean that we'll need more firewood, so we will already start planning a more permanent solution for wood cutting and so forth. We've got a burning shed, which we don't really need. A chopper's not ideal. A sawmill of some description would really cut the mustard for me quite well here. Construction. Lumberyard. Because these guys can make firewood, these ones. We probably want the lumberyard a little bit of a ways out here, now that I think about it, because of how gathering sort of wood and materials is going to be. So we want this over here. We also want a forester's den. Curious. So the lumberyard could go over here. We've got the stone for it. We've got the inclination. Or do we want wood cutting down here? Because then that means the firewood is very close to the storage area. That works quite well, actually. Although the golden llama is once again in the way. Looks like I'm not going to be able to escape that. The sawmill would be even better, but that needs 110 logs, to be fair. Yeah, I'm feeling the sawmill, actually. Sawmill's going to be quite cool if we can get that in there. Interesting. Let's put the sawmill just behind here, I think, or just next to it, in a way that at least people can still access the other stuff. Don't want it too close to that barn. A sawmill's quite a far cry out at the moment, like as in I shouldn't really be building it this early, but if I can sort of modernise my sort of equipment and agriculture now, then why the hell not? Choices. We could start small scale. A shipyard. Jesus. What are we running out of? Died of starvation. A child has died of starvation. We should have some fish coming in. I'm not sure. Is it just getting left on the dock because there's no place to put it? Yeah, if those guys build this a little bit quicker, people won't die of starvation. Oh, they're building this, aren't they? They're not even finishing this one off. Come on! I wonder how many more people will die of starvation before they actually decide to build the thing that lets them store the food. There we go, so that's that sorted. Come and build this, you arseholes. This needs a smithy. Right, so they can start ripping that up now, and then they've now got a place to go and put the fish. There we go. Another death. Another person has died of starvation. There we go. Fish goes in there. People can now take food to their homes and eat and so on, but you know, other people are stockpiling it first because they're arseholes, letting their neighbours die of starvation before they will. Well, we've got kids on there. We've got kids on the cook, so it's fine. What else can we do now to really sort of meat's back on the menu? Is there any mods? Yes, we're using Colonial Charter, which is like a big sort of super mod pack. Stables, domesticate animals. We don't really want that yet. Really sort of rely on fishing. It's going to be very much a fishing village. This. So firewood is the thing that I need to look at now, because firewood we're going to need for obviously the forges. We're going to need it for loads of stuff. So yeah, turning my firewood industry into something a little bit more serious now is going to save me a world of headache later. So, in terms of forestry, I want to do my forestry sort of over here if I can help it. So just on the edge of the village, we're going to put a lumber yard, like so. And then we'll just put a small stockpile in front of it, just so that he can put his firewood and firewood materials. We want a... what is this going to be? We want a log stockpile when we can get one there. And then we want a firewood supply right next to it. Another person has died of starvation, our adventurer. A fuel stockpile right next to it. Two very small stockpiles, just so he's got a place to store the material that he gets. Now we need a forest.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Autumn Love. 4 months in. Long way to go. Well, thank you very much. So, welcome all the same. All the same indeed. So, I'm just rabbling on now. Just ignore me. I'm in my own little world. Where are we going? We want a forest. We do need a forester, sort of urgently. Forestry. Palm tree. Possibly. Yes, maybe. Could be. Forest. Foresters. What trees would we go for? Wild things. Used to define an area selected to cut down trees and plant new seeds. Exclusive plants and trees used by all the wild things. No. Wouldn't be that one. Unless it would be. I would just go with palm trees. A palm tree forester. Just here on the edge of town. Yeah, just there will do. Yeah, we'll put one here. He's going to grow trees all around us, but that's fine. We'll put him there. So he'll grow trees all around and in here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We can still use them and cut them down and stuff when they're ready. Just means they don't have to travel too far to get supplies and material. Food is becoming a rather big issue. Okay, gathering. Gathering's going to be my other sort of... or hunting. No, gathering. We want gathering. A gatherer's hut. We'll put the gatherer's hut out this way. Put him over here. Go and get him to gather some of these wild mushrooms and things. In fact, we'll pause these two projects for the moment, and we'll prioritise that, if we can. So they're still going to go and gather supplies for it. We just need to get some more food in. Got some rough tools being built, iron and otherwise. What about iron tools? Needs log and iron, not iron ore. So rough tools will do the job for a time, but we need to think about exports and so forth. Well, not exports, but we need to just make sure we got enough to fucking give people, you know, tools. That's what we need. Do you have any plans to check out the return of Obra Dinn? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Okay. This guy needs an adventurer, but we don't have any adventurers, unfortunately. I really need this place built if I could at all get that sorted. They're chopping it all down, getting it all cleared and ready to go. We do need some more stone if we can get that. Got some there and some here. Let's see. Okay. Go this way. Someone brought some apples into market. It's pretty cool. So they're instantly gone. Okay. Still putting supplies and stockpiles over there. Just waiting for the building site to clear so they can start work. There we go. They should start taking supplies over now. Another death to starvation. Oh, you can always have more kids. So, what else we got going on? Not a massive amount. Some families have got food in, others don't. Such as it is. They've even got some potatoes left. A little bit of mushrooms, onions. Oh, God. And there are people starving. Okay. Who needs food when there's wood to chop? Exactly. Okay. This is going to get built. Ah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. They've got food over there now. There you go. You see, they finally got some food in. Just in the nick of time, I'd say. That's our wood. That's our that guy that's died. It's now just... Yep. It's only 2 people left in this house. It's all a bit grim, folks. Tree soup, yeah. Put some wood shavings in the bread. What bread? Lovely. We don't actually have anyone that we can assign to gathering as of this moment in time. We'll take some guys out of the building profession, so we'll take the builders away for the most part. What can we do? Where is it? Various professions. That one. There we go. This is what we want. So where are the builders? We'll take 2 builders out and we'll put them in gathering, just so we can get some food and so forth. We want to build... Oh, we can't build anything because they're in gathering until we get some more people. Or kids that can work the forges and so on. This, she's already been put to work. These guys are growing up nicely. Won't be long before we're teaching them how to craft rough steel tools. Or rough iron tools. They should at least have some food and stuff coming now. It's not the most efficient system in the world, but it's something. People should stop starving to death. Especially now that there's less mouths to feed. Okay. I'll wait for all that together. We do need a hunter's hut as well, but again, beggars can't be choosers. It's going to take a little while to get that. To be honest, we could have done with going with a, what's it called? A hunter's hut, just for the sake of getting food and material to make clothing and things like that, because the climate's obviously quite harsh. Interesting. So for the moment, yep, food is a problem. Still nobody of an age where they can work. How much is this fishing hut turning over? Only 200 per season. Terrible, I suppose. They're doing okay in terms of hauling into, you know, wild seeds, ginger, blueberry onions, all of that. There's some mushrooms as well that they might be able to get their hands on. This guy's chopping round the clock, trying to keep enough firewood to keep people warm, and he's doing a decent job, to be fair to him. Doing alright. Let's take a look at this iron. Collect iron ore when we get the chance, if people haven't got anything better to do. There we go. Marvellous. I reckon everybody's going to be busy at the moment, so... Got no adventure. Nothing like that. They've just had a kid at the concerning age of 15 and 12 years old. Let's see. A couple of gatherers. Not much else going on. Everyone starving? Yep, wouldn't be a Banished game without it. Food is just barely teetering on it's survivable, as it were. We're going to take somebody out of fishing to go and build a food lean-to, I think is going to be a good idea. Just to try and distribute the food a little bit better. So we're going to take him out of that, and we're going to put him into building up here. And then we should pretty build a little market, to be honest. That might solve a lot of our issues. Won't really. Let's build an edibles lean-to. Vegetable lean-to, protein, edibles, and edibles lean-to. So just here, just a few crates that are just going to mean the gatherers don't have to run quite as far to drop off their materials, which is exactly what we're after, so... if we can help it at all. So first of all, someone's got to bring the supplies over, and I reckon the builder's going to do that when he gets chance. When he gets chance. which could be some time now. How are we doing in terms of stockpiling materials? Just got some tools, got some iron tools left, not many. A little bit of firewood. Quite a lot of firewood in here, which is pretty good. Running low on logs though. You need that forester built. I think I've missed my chance. We'll have to drop that out of there. We'll have to get this built. Pause that. Wonder if they'll build this in good time. Good, okay, no, they're starting to clear it at least. We got that going for us. Wonderful. It's going to take quite a few more logs, but at least they'll bring some material over. Yep, okay, they're bringing supplies over to try and build the forester's place. So that we have at least a couple more options in terms of firewood and things. And because we are running low on logs and we really don't have the people to go and do anything with it. Ah, is Novi hiding? Hello, Novi. Jesus. Okay. Do. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're barely scraping through. What do we got? The reserve of stone is low. Trying to work on that. Stone. Mark that for collection. All that is marked for collection. Got a decent little cache of stone down here. We'll have that. Interesting. So Bleakstown is turning out to be pretty bleak at the moment. There's not really much we can do. We're just sort of biding our time, waiting for people to starve to death. The work on that's paused. They're trying to build the forestry hut in sort of a good time. Taking them a little while. Whenever you're ready, lads, go on. Okay, nope, still taking them a little while. We do actually have people free. We don't need him for the blacksmith, though. We can turn that off. We need people for this, the forester's hut, so that they can get over there and start cutting supplies and chopping wood down and making firewood for the people and getting us logs so that we can actually do things. As you see, we're running out of them already. Food is becoming a problem again. Please don't, share any of your produce with the family starving across the road. Do feel free to keep it all in your own houses. 7 fish there. Take it back to your house. Nope, the other families are just stockpiling. Yep, no food going over to the starving residents across the road there. Absolutely no problems. I mean, did they it's because they're on the other side of the street. Nobody knows anyone from over there. Okay, so we'll pop a... Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Try not to freeze. A forester. Two foresters. Try and get us some firewood that we can use for fire-making equipment and such other things. Yeah, more firewood and so forth. Any food going over to this house at all? Anyone? Got a 9-year-old child starving? No? No, alright, I guess not. These guys are going out there to clear some of the rocks and things that they've got in and around there so that they can start planting trees. All should be good. Okay. Hello, Gamer Zach. Hello, mate. You enjoying the stream so far? Oh, bear with me. Man tabs out of game hopelessly. Try and tab back in. Come back. There we go. Wonderful. Okay. So, food's a little bit scarce. You can talk to the people that live here about that. There's a very, very small trickle of logs coming in, which should hopefully be enough to keep our fire making above water. If we need to do anything industrial or construction-like, we'll have to go and just select an area for deforesting, which is fine, because as long as it's within the forester's sphere of influence, they'll plant it back, which is fine. So far, the weather. How are we doing in terms of weather? Where do we get the weather in from? Yeah, no, that's the map. Jeez, look at that crater-filled map. It's only 1 or 2 cliffs, actually. This will be one of the only places we can get stone and iron and things. Scary thought. No, that's all the deaths. Don't look at those. We won't look at those. Your icon chart. Oh, tells you what the different materials are that you'd need. Doesn't tell you how to get them, though. Ah, here we go. So, 4-star happiness, 16 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's very fucking cold. Is that another death? Way! Who's died this time? The daughter. How much food have we got? Yep, 33 fish, a couple of mushrooms over here. What have we got over here? 83 fish. Yep. Look, fucking Jesus Christ. And yeah, like, fucking no, that's alright. Well, at least that solved the starving problem here. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't have enough people to do anything. These kids are all too young to work. Oh no, we do. We have a labourer. Get him in the gatherer's hut. Make more food. There we go. Good. A second generation gatherer. You're all going to be gatherers. Lovely. Okay. Not that people can really move into it because everybody's starving to death. Oh god, please just get some more food in there. The random 10-year-old has moved in with the 24-year-old woman. They're not... They're Mr. and Mrs., aren't they? That is weird. It's got to be done, though. It's got to be done. The colony. It's for the sake of the colony. Right. Okay. Not much else I can do while we're waiting here. About -8, yeah. Not super duper freezing. We've got enough firewood to last us through the season, so that's fine. Okay. Just delete that cursed house. Yeah, just bulldoze it. Yeah, the lumberyard would be quite cool if we could get some people working there, but so far not. You can see all the pine trees that have been, or palm trees that have been planted around here. All good so far, he says, confidently. Okay. People putting supplies and what forth away. Still got some rough tools left, which is fine. That's all we'll use. Don't have the means for an adventure at the moment. How are these guys doing in terms of logs? Pulled up some reeds for us. Thank you very much. 26 logs. Now that's still the current season. God, they're not doing it at a very good speed. It's taken them quite a while to harvest all of that. Ideally that would be faster. Reserve of logs is low. Okay, let's give them a little bit of an injection of logs. Harvest logs. Let's just go over here. Not while those aren't ready. Up down, like just a small little group there, just behind the forester's hut. If they can get round to it. Which they probably won't. We'll all freeze to death long before then. So the logs are gone. We've got no more logs. Well, we've got a handful over here. We've got 9. Gatherers are doing well, actually. How are we doing for food? Oh, they've actually got food in the cursed house. Well, I never. Don't have a backlog of food or anything, though, but we're now making enough to sustain these 4 houses, at least. So that's a start. Okay. No labourers yet. Children. They'll get there, And then we can build a market and so forth, so that all of these resources that we need has a place to conglomerate in the centre of town. We can use that to grab more equipment. What does Colony Charter or Colonial Charter change? It's just like a massive mod pack, essentially, that gives you loads of extra like buildings, different options, different styles. Just gives you loads of like decoration things, like put like a fucking 3-way sign in if I wanted, you know, stuff like that. Some of it's cosmetic, some of it's functional. Like for example, if I just choose something out of the blue here, go for mining. Before, the only way to get stone would be to use like an enormous quarry like this, but now you can use like stone and salt mines and things like that, and these can be filled in or they can go deeper and things like that, just so that you don't have to scar the landscape. Like a stone quarry like this or a stone and salt mine can do you a few favours, as well as an iron ore and coal ore mine, without having to build an enormous quarry. You've got a precious metals mine. You've got, what's this, a mine placer? A placer mine? No idea. Probably like sifting through a river, basically. And, yeah, a few other things. Copper mine shaft, actual, like, mine shafts. Big pit in the ground, all of that good stuff. But these are Wild Shepherd. What does he do? Searches the land looking for animals to domesticate. Takes a long time. You will eventually exhaust the local supply of animals available, at which time this building may be upgraded to a regular gatherer or removed. Interesting. Did somebody starve to death? Nope, it's just low logs. Got 7 there. Forester's not really keeping up with it. Hoping some of the lads over there will cut some stuff down and then we'll be in a better position. Still no labourers. Oh god, they've had a kid. Okay. For the most part, it's just a little bit of waiting around while we're waiting for materials. I don't really want to put it on any faster than ×5 speed in case stuff goes wrong. 15 logs about. Happiness is going up now that the cold weather's gone away. 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Why is there a massive golden llama? We don't know. We don't know, Rocklight. But we're trying to find out. We don't have anybody spare to do any adventure entering. But, I mean, we could... Oh, my God, look at this! The stone mile. Or the iron mile. Wow. Wow. I've never actually seen that much fucking rock. Ever. Look at it! Holy shit, that's good. Okay. Over here, gathering food and stuff like that. Supplies are going well. The Gatherer's Hut is really an overdrive. They're doing a good job. I think we're at the start of our next season, late spring of the 3rd year. Not bad at all so far. Foresters are doing a good job. Current season, already 28 logs down. Much better than last season. Got the reserve up to 14 so far. Not bad at all. Not bad. Anyone for labouring? Anyone for labouring? No? No? Nobody feels like picking up a shovel and helping dig a hole or something? So, union regulated. Can't hire anybody under the age of 10. As soon as they turn 10 though, on that birthday, I give them a spade, give them a pickaxe, I say, you're digging a tunnel. And to the rest of your next 40 years, well, let's be honest, it's like what? It's like medieval or like Iron Age this is, so let's say, it's not medieval, is it? It's like 1800s, 1700s? So let's say the rest of your life, so the next 8 years, it's going to be spent turning big rocks into little rocks. Very happy with that sort of stone resource over there. The village is, as a bottom line, surviving for the most part. I mean, we're at a bare minimum, but it'll do. Okay, how's Brexit going? Brexit is great. You require additional pine-on houses, yeah. To be fair, we could go with, let's see, a wooden house. Would it be prudent to build a wooden house? Let's build another one. Let's build one on the cursed side of the street. Let's give her a neighbour so that they can help out. Okay. Because eventually people will move in there. They're all getting to... Ooh, reclaim. Don't move out. Okay. In accidentally clicking that, I've evicted like a mother or a builder. She's extremely unhappy with being made homeless. That's actually really funny. She was kicked out of the house. She was kicked out of the house. No, okay, she's found somewhere to live. Okay, we're fine. Where are the bears, Modo? I truthfully couldn't tell you. I don't know where the bears are. Try and get this house all built up. Foresters, are you doing good? They're doing good this year. Now that they've sort of planted the seeds and things like that, all of these small palm trees are all creeping up. Life is good. It's going to take them a little bit of time though. Another labourer appears. We're going to put him in with the foresters, try and get our firewood reserve up. We're going to take that up to 400, I think. Not that we'll ever get there, but we'll take it up nonetheless. What have we got here? Miscellaneous stored items. I'm guessing that's salt and things. What's this? Industrial fuel? Oh my god, yeah, industrial fuel. That's a thing, I remember. Construction materials, fabrics, textiles, luxuries. I don't know what that is. Oh, we've hit the firewood limit. Good. Should give our firewood reserve time to bolster. Especially now that we've got an extra man with a hatchet swinging away. Gatherer, how are you doing? Good. Good. Really, the Gatherer's Hut's so fucking good. Especially if you can get like a decent wooded area. That's key. We've actually got some fucking surplus. Don't look now. Right, let's build this. And high time since we needed to build that, so let's build that. We've got one builder on the case. How are we doing for tools? Still got plenty of rough tools in there, so there's no danger of us needing to get the blacksmith up and open again anytime soon. Okay. When are you going to empty a vendor in Divinity again without Soviet discovering what you have done before it's too late? Possibly tomorrow? Possibly. At Long Live Quebec, had your long dark in the background while asleep and dreamed there was skiing and avalanches in the game and that you had to find a cave to live through it. Now I'm disappointed that that it's not in the game. You had a dream about one of my long dark streams. Fair enough. Okay. The Med Octopus. Thank you very much, mate. Welcome to it's the weirdest biome. There's a giant golden llama. It's a swamp. There's palm trees, but there's snow. It's a little bit confusing. We can only assume that this is in fact the curse of the golden llama here. There was a quest sign that we've got rid of, but the annoying exclamation mark, we just bulldozed it. So yeah, fucking the curse of the golden llama indeed. The reserve of food is no. Oh, that's right, because I'll probably be taking stuff to this new house. Unless we are genuinely got to... I think we've probably got too many mouths to feed. Let's get another gatherer in there. We probably want to put some people back in the fishery, to be fair. But we'll get to that, we'll get to that. Avalanches would be pretty fucking sick, yeah. Have I ever played OpenTTD? I've played it. I'm not very good at it, but I've played it. Yeah, OpenTTD. Smashing. All of these little trees are growing up there. It's going to take fucking another 8 seasons or something for these things to mature. But once they do, we'll have a decent amount of firewood in, you know, spitting distance of the town, which is what it's all about, really. Although for every house that we put in its sort of circle of influence, it's one less resource that we might otherwise have nearby. So this will get exponentially better as time goes on. As you can see, last season 33 logs, this season 93, and all the time they're clearing different resources on the top just to make room for trees. So eventually there will be even better stuff. Now, the Gatherer's Hut, though, really shows no sign of slowing down. They've nearly harvested the same amount of mushrooms as last year. They've done better on blueberries, not done as well on ginger, done much better on the roots than last year. Onions are up, wild seeds are down. Yeah. On the whole, not too bad. Do we have any more labourers for the fishing area? Not yet. Soon TM. Just need the builder to come and put this together for us. Then we can go and build this lumberyard, I think. Maybe get ourselves a better surplus of supplies. Because once we build the lumberyard, we can reassign this guy to here. So it's not too bad. 46 logs there. This area does need building as well, kind of. We'll pause it, but we want this one built next, I think. Or do we? We don't really need it built next, but again, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, actually. I think this one would be better, because that gives us more time to gather food. Because basically the reason... Well, one of our bottlenecks at the moment is that once a gatherer gathers a piece of material, or an onion, let's say, he has to come all of the way down this soil road and drop it off in here, and then go all of the way back to start gathering. So this little lean-to, this edibles lean-to, is just a couple of crates where he can just shove all of his cabbages, and then it means that he can go out and gather, and it's a much shorter route, and it's therefore much more efficient. Literally, just building this box, when they get round to it, is going to be a massive sort of modifier for the sake of our food production, which is excellent. Also, now that the biomes are sort of returning, if you like, there's a lot of forests and things starting to regrow. Some of the more wild foods, like mushrooms and things, are starting to regrow. We've even got some herbs down here, medicinal herbs. So pretty fucking good. We've got some onions growing over there. It's nice. Food is returning, which is excellent. Do the deep mines such in this mod have infinite resources, or are they quasi-infinite? No, they are finite. Basically, the way that it works is, I can't really show you without showing you, but I really am not in a position to build deep mines yet. Where are they? This resource, this one. So this guy here, like a coal and iron ore mine. So there will be like a progress bar which shows how much material you have available to mine in this mine, but there will become a point where it's too deep and you cannot progress any further without a type of special material. In the case of these mines here, you have to be able to manufacture candles or lanterns out of either industrial fuel or kerosene, or make candles out of beeswax or something of the equivalent in order to go deeper underground, and then it becomes a deep iron ore and coal mine, and then you can use more candles to make it a very deep mine, and then that's it. It's spent. So there are 3 stages of upgrade for it. But yeah, we don't have the ability. I don't think bees will live here at all. We can make candles out of mosquitoes, I guess, in our weird, freezing, but still arid and humid swamp. Oh, water. I don't have any water. Tell me if they starve to death. I'm just going to go get a drink. Be right back. Oh. Right then. I have acquired beverage. I've had my... How many Oz is it? My 4 Oz's. My 4 Ozzy Osbournes of water. There we go. Right. So, that's all built. Fren and Mary, or Murray, the Gatherers. Oh yes, the Gatherers. The Gathering crew. All sorted and ready to go there. Wonderful. So they're going to break off, have kids of their own, so on, so on, so on. Very nice. We'll just, we'll actually connect them to the streets as well. Lovely. I'm not sure why I'm making this one 4 wide, just for the sake of flow of traffic. I think I'm going to have some more of the civilian stuff over here, like more houses and things, and then maybe have industry down here, so if I do go for any sort of manufacturing or, you know, beeswax or candles or otherwise, we'll have them down there. I kind of want to bulldoze this. I'll just get rid of it. So annoying. What does it do? What does it do? I don't know what it does. I guess we'd need an adventurer to try and figure out what it's for. Oh, it's like... Oh, I didn't even look at it. It's like there's fucking cursed remains in there. Weird as hell. Can we get a petition for schools to teach children the term Ozzy Osbournes as a way to measure liquids? Yes, hopefully do. So with that extra forester, how are you doing? 178 logs last season, but we need to get some guys back in fishing if we can. So another kid grew up, we'd send a 3rd guy to the docks, ready to spend an eternity sitting with his feet in the water, catching little to nothing at all so that his local comrades don't starve. So that's what a life. What a life. Churches and shit. Oh yeah, graveyards. I could put a graveyard in. Cemetery. These fuckers are expensive. Abbey. Oh, we could give these guys some faith. Should we give them a church parish? Oh my god, look at that. That's a bit grand, isn't it? A seafarer's shrine. A small place of worship like the parish house. We go for a parish. Give these guys somewhere to pray. Just across the road from the blacksmith. Could have it just there. Yeah, let's... I kind of do want to have a church in, but where do we put the church? Do we put it out in the centre? You'd probably want it in the centre, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want it like around the edge. Let's put a parish in there. That's going to need lumber. Means we're going to need that other thing built. We'll pause that. We'll need this now then. We'll set that as to do. Ah, here you go. You see? They're putting all of their resources in there and then people are taking them to their houses. Perfect. Look at this. Fucking full family of gatherers. Right, do we have any more people that we can assign to duties? We can put you there, and we still need someone else there for the moment. We need an adventurer again. What have we got? Low food. Shouldn't be that low. The gatherers are doing a decent job. If we look at their output now, there we go. Look at this, 400 mushrooms. Or well, sorry, that was the previous season. What? Sorry, there is a point I'm trying to make. So it's early summer, and we're more than halfway to competing with the previous season. Ginger's already better than the previous season. Blueberries are well on the way. Mushrooms are well on the way. So far, so good. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Nothing like some good old religion to keep you warm in the winter? Oh, yes. Okay. Too bad, not too bad. Again, firewood's pretty much maxed out there. Aha! They've cleared the way. If there's going to be someone hammering and building their way through there, then we can rip that up and life's a good one. So far, so good. It was a bit of a rocky start. Only 4 children starved to death. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Reasonably impressed so far. We're holding with a bare minimum. With some, it's definitely slowed down our early game. 13 adults, 7 children, 0 students. I can't remember the last time. There's no education. God will train you when He's built the school. Or when He's built the church, yeah. The Lord and Saviour. Jesus' guide to DT and construction. Is Banished Is Banished worth playing yet? I've played it back when it came out and found it boring after the initial shortages had gone. I would say install the Colonial Charters mod that we're doing. It gives a shitload of extra things for you to do. The different ways to manufacture stuff, different silos, specialist barns, little lean-to areas, you can separate your stockpiles, different trades, you can even build ships and things like that. In some maps there's Native Americans and you need to defend yourself. Gives, just kind of lots of different options. At the moment we're just sort of scraping through because a load of our young labourers. Look at this. 196 logs. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Beautiful. Beautiful. Are there mods for different architecture? Yes. For example, instead of just going to a stone house, can go for a country house, a nice country house, or a fancy country house. There's also different, like this one, like a very sort of Tudor-looking one, depending on what you want. A big boarding house, I think that's vanilla. Then an old boarding house, which is literally like the haunted house. You've then got these like row houses, so you can go for like terraced houses, big sort of grand cottages and things, depending on what kind of village you want to go for. So yeah, there's a shitload of different architecture basically, but you've got to be able to run your village. Like that's the important thing. You've got to be able to run it. Is it a good idea to place down a large marketplace as a blueprint? There's nothing worse than finally getting to the point where you need one and finding you don't have enough room. To be honest, I should have done that at the start, because now the golden llama's in the way and I can't put anything down properly. For the most part, though, you can get away with a small market. There are small markets. So there's a small market here, which is just like a normal market, but with a bit less room, a bit less capacity. You've then got like old town markets, which are a bit more cozy, like a roofed one here. I could probably squeeze that in somewhere, to be fair. And then you've got things like market carts, which are literally just wagons you can leave over the place that have certain resources in, and that you can set people after them. Different stalls, so you can modular to basically build your own markets. So I could literally build my own market with individual stalls here. Only annoying thing about this one is that you have to have one person assigned per stall, but if you have the population you can do that. So yeah, that's one thing you can do. So this guy over here, right, you're out of work, and now you're back in work. Over here, we want you making some lumber out of logs for the meantime. Can we get like a construction pit? This one. Construction supplies? Construction stockpile. Just there, out the front of the house. Someone's got to come and chop down some logs and things like that, but then we've got planks to build this thing, and then life will be good. Plenty of logs over here now. As I say, now that we've deforested that small little bit there and there's lots of things growing, life's good. Life's good. Okie dokie, I turn into Digby. Let's see. Who still needs work? This place can go. Get rid of that. Served its purpose. This place is not too bad. We need a market. We need to start working towards a market. Let's get a marketplace over here, because we can start assigning people to it, and the market's going to make just sort of a central area where people can come and buy things, which is like a big deal. We'll have the market sort of down here by the blacksmith. I've decided this is where I'm going to have it. Just pushed up against the side of the blacksmith there, like so. It doesn't really take much resources, only a couple of people can work there. But it's just going to give a central area that somebody can come and grab all the supplies, and so people don't have to travel too far from their houses to come and get resources. Because again, the real trick to this game is minimising the running around. Like, for example, this guy here, if I didn't build these stockpiles, in order to get a piece of wood, he'll have to jump on this path, come all of the way down here, grab some wood, go up here, go all the way back, chop it, bring the cut logs all the way back down here. By putting like a little cache here, he's basically just able to go do backwards and forwards, only having to take the small trip back to their house to eat and whatever. And then they come back and then they just literally grab a log, come back here, cut some more logs, grab a log, go back, grab another one, put the planks over here, when they've actually got enough planks to put down. But that's the idea. Reducing that run around is the key. How are we doing? Reserve of stone is running out. Okay, stone is something I don't have a solution to at the moment. We do have plenty of stone hiding around up here, though. We can grab a little bit of that. A bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit over here. I'll just grab those. Bring them over to the stonemaker supplies. Okay. Not too shabby so far. This mod looks really good. It looks much better than the game, than Banished actually is, yeah. Banished always felt like it was sort of conceptually, it's a very nice basic sort of plan for the game. But it didn't really, I don't know, didn't really strive to do, like, I don't know, much else. I mean, there didn't seem to be really like an end game, or there wasn't enough content to make not having an end game. -1 degrees Fahrenheit, holy shit, we're in for a cold winter. We're running out of firewood as well. What are the stockpiles like? 60, 40, 99, 9. Okay, so you are going to need to stop making this for the moment, and you're going to need to make firewood out of logs when you get a chance. Start making firewood, if you please. Plenty of logs over here, like I say. He's now chopping as much firewood up as she can, and she does it really quickly, because the lumberyard is obviously quite a quick way of doing it. I can only assign one person there, though. As I say, some of the larger industry areas are much better for it. The planks that we're using don't quite fit the aesthetic of the rest of the village. That's something that you will find, is that there's not like a uniform like architecture in some cases. So I do try to stick to the vanilla buildings where I can, but see, certain buildings like these barns and stuff, and especially this one made out of its like beach planks, is a little bit different. So the parish is there. That's going to give people entertainment and stuff. And of course, no church is complete without like a bordering fence. So we'll just pop it in here. Get it running right down the sides. Then that's pretty much it. I can't put fences around the front. Let's come over here, soil road. But just give them like, yeah. That'll do for now. They can build that on their own time. So firewood's being all cut up there, that's fine. People have now got firewood to come and get stuff sorted. We've got a couple of labourers now, which means we can start potentially expanding this operation. So what can I do? We want materials to make clothing, which means we're going to need a hunting hut, because again, with our population ever increasing, you know, people are having kids, people are growing up as it were, there's always a demand for food, so we're going to want hunting supplies. It's all around there, Governor, it's all around there. Yeah, just about there, next to that hut there, and then they'll come clear it out, and then we'll put a hunting hut down, and then we've then got ways to make clothing, and so forth. Yep, someone is stockpiled for the winter indeed, yeah. That's fucking Jesus. Okay, we've got a bowl of snot. Someone's left a bowl of snot out for us, just to a cure in the... Oh, the kids eat... The kids... Oh. He's a young man. Why we've put him to work? Good shit. Good shit. All we need to do is say that yep, the church wills it, and then that's it. Then we're good. So we've got some planks over there as a spare, which is fine. We've got some planks over here. Never hurts for constructing certain materials and things like that. The reserve of logs is still at a decent level, which is good. The foresters are doing a good job, very good job. Even got some onions in, giving the gatherers a run for their money. So, what do we want to move into next? Obviously, we've got lumber. We want to start making our lives a little bit easier if possible. Oh, Bailey. Banished blast from the not-too-distant past. It's 5 years ago now. It's Banished. It's an oldie but goldie. Let's pop someone in here as an adventurer, just to figure out what the fuck that's all about. Because I'm sure I don't know. We're going to have a 2x2 street come off this way, I think. In fact, we probably want like a more central area. In fact, we've got somebody coming over here to build this market, so we can get somebody running the market stall. Which is pretty good. We'll have someone running markets there. Come on! Do it! Build the thing. There we go. Okay, so how many people? We only got one person spare to work the market, but essentially someone's going to fuck off with a wheelbarrow and go and pick up a load of resources and basically just dump it in here. There we go. So just loads of just random commodities that may be needed are just going to get dumped in here so that people can come to the market rather than having to run all over for their firewood. So they don't have to run up here for their firewood, they don't have to go everywhere. They can just come to the market, grab the supplies that they need, and then the job's a good one. Just like that. Marvellous. So what have we got going on here? The reserve of tools is low, so finally we can fire up the blacksmith. Although we don't have anyone that can go in there just yet. To be fair, we probably need to build some more houses because quite a few of the kids have grown up, which means we have a means to an end now. We can build a house here, then we'll leave a gap of 2 to get another side street. We can get another 2 houses there. Never build too many houses too quickly in this game. It will bite you in the ass because all of a sudden you have this population explosion and you have literally no way of dealing with it. Like, it's just too many people, too much food, and people start starving, and then you have a mass, unhappiness binge, and it all goes wrong. Does it matter if the children are educated at all when they become adults and start to work, or is it just a waste of time to build a school? They actually become more efficient at their jobs if you teach them. Fishermen will catch more fish, woodcutters will cut down more wood. It basically increases their yield or their output. But I ask, is it worth it? Because basically, people don't live for very long in this time period. They're not leading particularly healthy lives. They don't really live much past 40 or whatever it is in this game. And so, if you take an extra 8 years or 6 years or however much out of their life to go and learn, is it just worth just giving them a tool and just saying, there you go, get to work, or is it worth waiting that extra 10 or odd years for them to mature before you hand them a pickaxe and tell them to go and dig into the side of the mountain? I'm still weighing that up. We will eventually move on to schooling, but as of the moment, I feel just leaving it and letting them sort of get on with it is a little bit better. People live to about 89 in this game. Well, the argument still stands. Of course, learning is important. Nope. Have I played this game a long time? Gonna try Rise to Ruins. What's Rise to Ruins? Is that like another city builder game, or is he referring to this village that we're rising out of the ruins, or there will be ruins to rise out of? Because at some point there will be a major calamity that we'll have to deal with. Just need those guys to come and build these houses if at all possible. Just need them to clear the way. Everybody's got a job, you see. There's not many labourers, which is an issue. In terms of stockpiled food, we're doing all right. The market's got a good supply of food in. We've got gold gilder. Hello. Where did you get that from? Was that the adventurer? I wonder if the adventurer is getting gold gilders. I wonder if we could use those to trade at Aboriginal villages. Not that I've seen any. They might come over. Somebody built this. Somebody built this fucking monolith out of solid gold. Why don't we just chop it up? Oh, I wish I could. The Curse of the Golden Llama. Who truly knows? It's feeling very tropico with the sort of the jungle. I don't know why. It's El Presidente. There we go. They're finally building this fence down the side of the church parish there. The parish house. What have we got? Problems with tools. Yes. Again, nobody in a position to move out yet. Or how many do we actually have? None. I literally just got rid of our last set. I think there were 4 left. Someone's taken them and moved them elsewhere. Okay, so we need labourers. Let's drop a couple of guys out of here. Just turn them into labourers. They should come and clear this land for us, then the builder can get to work on them. Doing the job. It's very tropical till it snows. Yes, the Curse of the Golden Llama indeed. What is this golden deer? hang on a minute. Golden llama, Rhaegar. Come on, it's quite clearly a llama. Yeah, it's what's the point of it? I absolutely have no idea. Not a sausage, if I'm honest. Well, I hate the way that does that. No. Don't like that at all. No, don't like it. I'll probably rip the church down and move it a few points back. Get rid of this. Get this. You can walk across the grass to get in. Well, I hate the way it juts out like. Ugh. Not right. Get rid of it. Tear it down. Why be a king if he can be an emperor? The church wall is a big picture of my face on it. For labourers, they're not doing much labouring. I think the labourers might be trying to address our stone problem. You can see where the foresters have sort of thinned the forest, but they're sort of planting at the same time. So it's all good. Gatherers, how are these guys doing? Yeah, really good. Oh, look at this. Previous season. See, look. So they nearly tripled what they used to do, because they only used to pull in about 200 mushrooms and things like that. You know, now they're pulling in 400, 500, literally just because of this lean-to. They're just able to dump their supplies in there, get back out into the forest and find some more. What a difference it makes. This guy's run out of tools. We now have somebody capable of building them, so we're going to do that. Do we have any iron ore in? 121 iron ore, that's pretty good. Let's start work. Somebody will go and work there when he gets the tools. Yes, there we go. Lovely. He's going to start hammering away. He's making rough iron tools. Just going to go and grab some more supplies from the stockpile. All is well. Market's filling up. Gold guilders, salt. Nobody's taken any of the salt. Broken tools is a problem. A real issue. This is where it's slowed down. They're still making this place over here. Sort of hopscotching between the two. Let's get another builder in. There we go. Another builder should come and give us all a hand. There we go. The builders have got broken tools. What a shame. That's the reason it's taking so long. Again, tools are quite important, but once we get more tools manufactured, we'll be fine. Where are they going, I wonder? Taking a little bit of time. Even the blacksmith's got broken tools. Looks like a golden alpaca to me. It's clearly a llama. Look at that. It's obviously a llama. Look at it. Is that snow in a rainforest? Yes, Eliminator. It's the curse of the golden llama. I'm telling you, it's an awful curse. Okay. The reserve of tools is low. I know we're sort of slowly chipping away at it there. Takes a very long time. They'll eventually get on top of the deficit, so we're just going to leave them to that. Fire making, or the firewood supplies again. Oh, very, very nice, actually. Very, very nice. We're going to up our log yield, I think, then. So if I click all the buttons, we're going to go to 500. So this place will be an overflow. Got a fuel stockpile there. People are taking it pretty much as soon as they arrive. As soon as the builders have built these houses, I'll reassign one of them to be a hunter, and then we'll get a small supply of meats in as well, which is pretty good. Okay. You think it's a retarded horse? Yeah, it could well be, could well be. Not too much else going on at the moment. As I say, the houses are just about to creep up. More people are getting rid of the tool issues. Got a couple of rough tools in here. There we go. People should start to grab the tools that they need, like this guy here is going to come in. Lag himself to death, grab himself some tools. The tool reserve is low, as I say, they're getting on top of the deficit, that's fine. We'll go for a... No, let's go for a 30. We only need 30 tools in stock. We can make more later. Firewood. New house, they need to fill it up with materials and things like that. They've gone and got some food first, they'll go and grab some firewood from over here. Life will be good after that. Another house over here, those are filled up with the blacksmith and the gatherer, and the builder and the cleric. Lovely. So, that's said and done. We need to get rid of one of our builders from the What's It menu, because we no longer need them. Not that one, this one, and that one. And then we get rid of a builder. We'll keep one builder just as an offhand, and then we'll put a guy in the gatherer's hook. And only put, oh sorry, in the hunter's cabin. And he's going to go out, he's going to go and spear some deer. And life will be good. Let's go create like a connecting walkway here. Just help speed up the process. Like that. And then let's bring this road down a little bit. It goes right down the middle here. Lovely. So far, so good then. All coming together reasonably well. 333 logs there. Not bad at all. Sort of haphazardly coming together. Very nice. So how are we doing in terms of temperature? How cold is this fine year? 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Health is reasonably low. How are we doing for labourers? Not got... Ooh, reclaim. Keep doing that. Yeah, we need to try and get some... I need to try and get... I don't have the means to at the moment, but I need to get some... herbalists, that's the word. Yeah, someone to sort of medicinal remedies to keep on top of things. Rise to Ruins, a challenging godlike village simulator designed to bridge the gap between the complexities of village simulation with the simplicity of classic 90s real-time strategy. Okay, I don't know. Is that a golden llama? Yes, it's the curse of the golden llama. Absolutely is the curse of the golden llama. I thought it was obvious. Lovely. Outlaw of Quebec, 100 bits. Have you heard of a game called Stonehearth? Is that the Viking one? I'm pretty sure I've heard of that one. That like the Nordic, sort of very cool. I love the art style. You mean the blessing of the golden llama? Yeah, it could well be a blessing, couldn't it? I'm not sure though. I would say the fact that there's a little skull in there, is not a blessing. Call it a hunch. I'm going to go out on a whim. Sorry, I just realised my game isn't maximum. Oh, Jesus, we're 1% of frames so far. Hopefully I can keep on top of that. Sorry, there we go. Back to the action. We've hit the tool reserve now, which is fine. So the blacksmith becomes a labourer. Let's power him down for a little while, because again, we don't need him working round the clock. This guy's doing very good for firewood. As I say, the forester's in a good spot there. And just having trees around the village just gives it a bit of life, rather than just bare-ass open ground. Which is nice. So they've had a kid, people are growing up. Labourer. Oh, get him in there. There you go. Put him to work. It's one of the most well sought after qualifications you can get at this time of the labourer. You just put labourer on your CV. Gone. Out of there. You're sorted. No trouble finding work, let me tell you. Simpler time back then. Okay, so we got our sort of main through road here. We got a sort of a little sort of outbacker town here, sort of jutting out into the jungle. Can't wait to get my hands on all this stone. Oh. So you are struggling for work. Are you our former blacksmith? I think you are, aren't you? Come here! Blacksmith. Okay, so we take you out of blacksmith, you become that, and then we'll put you in here for now, just to help amplify this. In terms of materials, you've found fuck all. Some blueberries and ginger. Oh, there we go. Bone meal, leather, and 160 venison. Just going to help take the edge off. Obviously, the fires are going, so people are going to be cooking that in their own homes. It's becoming a budding little settlement, this. As an absolutely enormous herd of deer just wanders across there. Stab it! Get rid of your spear! Are you capable of doing stuff? Yes. Fucking hired. That's right. Thank you very much, Invader Zimb. If you send that me in a whisper or a PM, because I will definitely lose it in the folds of the Twitch chat. If you want to just PM that to us, that'd be grand. So I'll take a look at it. Okay. Labourer with 5 years prior experience. Nope, don't need any experience. You just need to put a kid in a wheelbarrow. I don't know whether you saw. I don't know whether you saw that then. So how's our adventurer doing? Not too bad at the moment. How's happiness in the village overhaul? Now that they've got a place to pray? Ah, happy days indeed. So we need a herbalist. So that means going to this one. No, hospital. Herbalist, here we go. So a little place where we can go and you know, grab herbs and whatever from the local populace and what have you. Pop him over here. Get that built. Got one builder on the job. They'll clear the area. Herbalist, herbs, stop people from dying. You know, if you lose a leg, he'll put some ointment on it. It's perfect. Grow that leg right back. Leeches. Always leeches. I don't know why the herbalist is bringing leeches, but leeches. Got a bad leg, leeches. Toothache, leeches. Fucking leeches all year round. Right. How's taxing looking? Yeah, let's get some tax in here. No, there's no tax at the moment. At the moment. Well, maybe, I don't know whether we can even put tax in the game, to be fair. Lovely. Okay. Jesus, actually being cleared in record time. He says. Oh god, look at this, they're already on the way to building the thing. Good grief. Oh, please do just bring one piece of stone over. I suppose they're heavy. Oh, what's the alert? The reserve of stone. Oh, if only I knew a place where there was an absolutely archaic amount of stone and iron. That's going to be awesome. Can I express how much I'm just frothing at the mouth to try and get my hands on that. Just get all of this. It's going to take a while to clear all of that, but we might as well grab it now rather than later. Then we can, again, once we sort of hit like a decent boom of children that we can put to work. 2 labourers in this house. Oh, what a time to be alive. Right, let's... Yeah, I want to get a mine at some point, but I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. I'll probably put a main mine over here, but like a stone quarry. Would be pretty good. Dying of bleeding. Yep, bleeding out. Leeches, you got it. Hello, Praetorian Overlord. How you doing, mate? Welcome, welcome. To this is Bleak Town, the coldest, most arid swamp you've ever lived in. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the coldest tropical swamp you've ever lived in. How are we doing on this side of thing? We did take a couple of the old what's it's out, didn't we? So we can put those back to work in there. Took a couple of the foresters away. So just to keep up with supply and demand, we can put them back in there. The other labourers are going over here, just cutting everything down, which is perfect. Herbalist is only going to need 1 or 2 people to get things sorted, so once he's gone over and built the stuff, we'll be fine. Supply of tools is at 15. Just fire at the blacksmith, just for a handful of tools. And then we'll put him to work in the herbalist's place when it's all ready to go. Unless we get another labourer before then. Let's see. Should be going off to grab some materials and supplies to make the tools. Some rough tools just so that the workforce doesn't run shy. Plenty of material in here now. We've got venison, we've got food, we've got enough shit to go round basically. There you go, he's hammering away. So the next real sort of milestone that we're after in our village here is the ability to make iron, like a proper iron, rather than just using like slag and whatever fucking else, just literally hammering sort of iron ore into a sort of malleable shape, or roughly making like crude iron, or like imperfect iron, or impure, or whatever it is.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Actually having some kind of forge, which means having some kind of way to make fuel to fire a forge, or coal or something. Plodathon, there you go. Fucking got there in the end. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub, mate. Dead is such a negative word, I prefer to say shorter-lived, yes. The goal should be to summon the llama god, yes. Is there a mod that adds predators such as bears or jaguars, depending on the biome, into the game? I truthfully do not know, Autumn. I don't know. I can't say I've ever seen one like that. Ah, here we go. Put him to work. Herbalist, lovely. Right, so he's going to go out and find various herbs, which should improve our quality of living, at least by a little bit. Okay, lots of... yeah, we need to get some more houses built then. As we see, the population is exponentially growing. There's lots of people living with their parents still. Get like a weird sort of inlet there. No sunlight for this resident. 1, 2, 3 houses. Perfect. Can Vikings come and fuck your shit up? No, not at the minute. Or at least I don't know if they've put anything in like that. The game was never really... It was meant to be just as a village builder. There was never really a combat side, not like the Settlers. There was never like a combat side really considered to it. It's been modded into Colonial Charter, although I must say that to get to the point, I mean, we're literally banging rocks together here. like, to get to the point that you can actually manufacture a musket, I can honestly say that I've never been to that point. I've never been able to manufacture firearms. They do exist. I think we go here. Forget exactly where it is. But I'm sure there's like a musket or something. This is like a big catalogue. Oh, come back. Go on. Marble. There it is. Musket. Large smithy. You can literally manufacture firearms to defend yourself from the native. And marble statues. There's marble, lobster, linen. Got everything you want. Lamp oil. You see, like lamp oils you need. Fucking healing oil. Healing broth. So it's all in here. Glass. Gemstones. Full livery. Or livery even. Frog's legs. In case you're a French colony. How brutal is the Viking invasion in Colonial Charter? I have no idea. I haven't seen it. Why do you need double road? I just like double road. I don't know. There's just more room. It's a bit less rabbit warren. It's not. I guess it's not as efficient. I mean, you're probably looking at this 4 times road and you're thinking, oof. But I think it just breaks it up in a nice way. Gives your village more sort of definitive sectors, if that's a thing. Which I don't think it is. Okie dokie. So I nearly did it then. Let's see. We've got a need for firewood. Firewood is sort of starting to dip below what is considered useful to me. There we go. Firewood. There's none stored. So firewood is struggling to keep up with supply and demand here with the amount of people that are burning stuff. So what's the solution to that then? That would be to either build a second lumber yard or to upgrade to a lumber mill. So let's do that down here. So we've got a lumber yard or a sawmill. Sawmill could be the way to go. I am feeling the sawmill. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to chop this down. Move this building. We're going to put the sawmill down here, I think. Or do we put the sawmill down here? Yeah, okay, I've got a plan. We'll put the sawmill down here. Because then I can put a log cart down here, which means somebody will retrieve the logs from there and bring them down to here so that the lumber mill doesn't have to travel that far. Just need somebody to empty this fucking place, and then it will be fine. They'll just empty it all into the market, I reckon. The market's got the room. I hope. Have you tried the Settlers History Edition? I have not, I'm afraid. Yeah, nuclear warheads, yeah. It'll be a long time before we get there. Let's see. Yeah, definitely a firewood problem over there. Issues with supply and demand. I really need them to empty this place. Does anybody care? Well, look at you just standing around. Get over here. Okay. I guess we're having issues with emptying this place. Also a random bit of stone over there. Hopefully they'll get around to it. I really couldn't say. What else can we do then to alleviate demand? Is this place already running around the clock? I guess we could just try and go for a better stockpile. Like, just fill the stockpile up more. So if I put it to a 500 stockpile limit, then that would be better in some way, I'm sure. Because he already cuts them quite quick. He makes quite a few pieces of firewood per go. All of these places aren't getting built either. It's taken them a long time to get this sorted. Likely because of the cold. There's a lot of jobs queued up, a lot of stone being gathered actually. I did tell him to gather a lot of stone. What's with the golden llama? Says Miri. It's cursed. It's cursed. Look at this. Look at this. Skulls and everything. That guy's staring at the wall. He's possessed. He's going to go mad and murder half the village. It's all in the name of fun. Okay, now we have a fire. Now we have a real firewood problem. Terminate the forge. Get you out of there. We do. That's only a 1 limit building. We need firewood. Urgently. Sawmill. It's now the warmer seasons. Now's a good time to change up to a sawmill. Let's get rid of this and change up to a sawmill. Rip it down, change it out. It's cold at the moment, but it is warming up. Adventurer. The 28-year-old adventurer and his 20-year-old builder wife. Lovely. Just need them to clear through here. Everybody's got stuff to do, so sort of like the menial tasks, like just moving equipment and logs and labouring, essentially, doesn't get done for ages. There's loads of houses that need to be built. I've built the wrong type of fucking road. Ooh. Took a... Oh no. They're coming! Oh dear. That's something a Skyrim guard would not have been ready for, a poisoned arrow. Oh dear. So there's something up here. We'll get rid of this fucking shitty ass road that I've made there. Just need them to rip down this place because we've got no fucking fire making supplies until this place is torn down. Please get rid of the firewood. We should still have some labourers around. Okay, right. You guys drop out of there because this place is now full. We've now got 500 logs between here and the other supply. So I'm going to help out here. Just move supplies around, materials. In fact, just get them all out. Come on. We'll leave it up. We'll put, can I move it? There we go. We'll put him up here for now. Just while we wait for the supplies and material. And then we'll stop operations here for the time being. So again, hopefully the labourers are going to help move some stuff around here. In fact, we can get a couple of builders. Yeah, let's get 3 builders. Just to help sort of speed things along. They finally moved this, which means this area can start to be cut down soon. There we go, you see. Just the extra pairs of hands. That's his front. I thought I'd built his front door against the back of that house, but no, it's on the side of this road. This one comes in that way. Who are you? Why do you have no job? Come back. Ah. Oh! There we go. You're a woodcutter. Yeah, you've got no job until this place is rebuilt. Whenever they're ready. The labourer and the gatherer. Yep, people have got places to move out to now, which is great. Soil road. Wunderbar. Lovely. Have you tried Kenshi? If you like this type of game, I think you'll love Kenshi. I've not seen Kenshi. I've not heard anything. I've heard of it. People keep telling me, have you tried Kenshi? And to which my answer is no. Indignant speaks heresy against our llama god. Oh no. It's not praise Sean anymore, it's praise llama. Right. Just need the builders to cut those buildings down. Cut those buildings down? Yeah, demolish them. Yeah, I wasn't wrong. Oh, 100 bits from Whitefall there. Just finished my computer science assignment with your stream on my second monitor. Time to relax. No worries. Okay. Your computer science assignment. What was this about? What was this? Was it the science of computers? But what was it about? It's going to go whoosh straight over my head, but I'll ask anyway. What was it about? So we've got loads of extra labourers. Still waiting for this place to get ripped down. Okay, the labourers are doing this. Piece by piece. So this is the next one on the queue at least. We know that. What's actually in here? Why won't they get rid of that last 1%? Please! I just want it gone. Yes! Finally. Right, okay. Perfect. I'm going to put most of that into the market here. Yes. Yes. Lovely. Oh, native artifacts. Ooh. People are freezing to death. Ooh. Very nice. More builders. More builders. More builders need building. Soil road. Just down to the end. Like that. People need to help. People are freezing to death. Lovely. Another house. 17 and 15-year-old herbalist. What a time to get on the property ladder, eh? They're going to go around and just fucking shoom. Everything's going to get built and ripped down and built again in a record time here. Plenty of logs and stuff. Oh, please do go on your lunch break as we come into the coldest season of the year. Okay, Nimitz. There's a game called Atlantic Fleet that's made by the Cold Waters devs. It's a World War II historical game where you can change the outcome of the historic events. Oh, right. Atlantic Fleet. Can't say I've heard of it. Java programming is actually quite fun. To each their own, I guess. Sean is the llama. Dun dun dun. Oh, fucking hell, turn it upside down. Ruin my world. Ruined it. Yeah, shit's built. Are they ripping this up yet? Like, anyone? Oh no, they're ripping this up. Perfect, 'cause this is what I needed ripped up first. Tear it down! Please, take your time. It's not like it's the winter. It's only going to be many hundreds of people freezing to death. Right. So with that done there, we can now build a thing. I know it's what we've all been waiting for. It's what I've been waiting for. Oh, a water wheel sawmill. No, okay, can't do that. We need just a normal sawmill. I'll do that there. And do it sort of here on the corner. Like that. That'll do. We just got to move that 110 logs, get the place built, hunky dory. Life will be good. There we go, just like that. Couple of builders, get the place all cleaned up, get everything sorted, get the lumber mill back under work, and this one will fucking build at a rate of knots. That'll do nicely, and then everybody can start warming up again. Just that they've got to build it sort of quickly. I'm going to assign an extra builder to just really sort of drive home the urgency of getting this place built in decent time. There we go. Logs all sorted. There we go. Just get the place assembled, and then we'll be out of here. There we go. One builder. We've got 4 builders working on it. There we go. This should fly up, hopefully. Lovely. Probably going to take a few sessions to build, but with everybody working, it should go pretty well. Atlantic Fleet, that's a good one, especially... Oh, right, okay. I'll endeavour to give it a look. Thank you very much, Nemit. Cheers, mate. Okay. Put a jumper on. Yeah, that's it. God blimey. Right, how much longer am I going for? I think I'm probably going to nip it in the butt at around-ish, possibly maybe 4 o'clock, just because my nephew's coming round. I have to play with the train. Oh God! To me, that plays with the train. He just likes to watch. So we got that finally. We want firewood, and then we're going to put these guys back to work in here. Not all of them, but some of them, at the very least, just to get a supply of firewood back in. And this guy here with the sawmill is going to be able to. Yeah, there we go. Look at that, making firewood at a hell of a rate. Which is marvellous, because again, that's just going to give the people the ability to warm up and not get so cold, which is important. There we go. A little bit of firewood made its way over there. It's going to take a little bit of a while for us to build up the surplus again, but because this thing builds at such a quick rate, it's not that much of an issue. IRL train simulator, yep. Be nice to the nephew. I am nice to the nephew. Is my nephew named Sheldon? No, it's George. Okay. What do we do? Oh God, look at all that firewood. Oh, it's a good sight. So I'm sitting here in a relatively warm room, and even I'm getting cold looking at this. It's awful. Look at it. It's terrible out here. Again, a couple of houses now have the firewood that they need to at least get a little bit warmer. It's suspiciously, though, that the chimneys are still burning, despite having no firewood. Not sure, you know. Yes, quite possibly a lie. Right. You feel like the palm trees would die. It's the curse of the golden llama. I keep telling people this. It's the curse that keeps everything... So everything's all out of whack here. There's poison arrows in the knee. It's bizarre. Got to be careful with stuff like this. So this guy's obviously just gone around and collected a load of shit. So we found these golden guilders and a native artifact. Whatever that fucking does. I guess we can just use them as trade commodities, I guess. We could put another adventurer in. Oh, there's already another adventurer at work. It's risking his knees. Tropical trees and snow. It's the curse of the llama. The curse that keeps on giving, yeah. They're burning their children. I'm not the monster. I'm not in charge. Well, I am in charge. So the herbalist is doing an alright job. Health is back up to 4.5, which is good. I need to get ale, or grog, or drink, or whatever, which means setting up a trade post. Setting up a trade post might be a good way to go, just for the sake of getting some surplus materials, but I don't have anything worth exporting. Like, I could export logs, but they're worthless. Like, they're absolutely worthless. Traders don't care about something they could literally go to a forest and chop down themselves. They want manufactured supplies, clothing, you know, it's stuff like that. Things that they can sell on. So I need to try and get a trade or something in here before I really consider building a place to farm or what have you, or to yeah. Because I need to get livestock and things for the sake of my my own economy. But it's going to be tricky. I could flog off these artifacts. The artifacts are a good one. Tools. Okay. Firewood problem slowly coming back under control, which is good. Wonderful. Very nice. Sell firewood? No, again, it's just it's too simple. It's not a craft. It's yeah, you need something much more specific. Muskets, if we could ever get there, which I don't think we will. Okay. They're going back over there. Shit's all good. All good indeed. Can't wait to get up and over here. I might end up building a few houses and stuff over here, just to have like an off-site, like just like small sub-village over there. You don't necessarily have to build one village, you can build two. Two separate villages. And sort of merge them together later when there's the supply and the demand. How big that tree's grown. Bloody hell. Good job, foresters. Oh, broken tool. Okay. Not so bad. Not so bad so far. Get another couple of people to work in the forester. Just again to keep on top of our fire making stuff. Starting to get a small surplus of fire making supplies now. Again, obviously we just got to wait for those houses to warm up and then we can start banking it. May even move into mining soon. Mining might be a way to go. Because we need coal anyway to make the furnace material. So let's see. What do we want for... Because we need forges. So a city blacksmith. A small ironwork smelter. A metalsmith. A forge. Ooh. Now wouldn't that be awesome? Big forge. Could be cool. What about this? Precious metal productions, gem cutters, and a melding house. A melding house converts gold and silver ore into usable gold gilder and silver fennig to trade. That's pretty cool. See, just loads of small little things like this, just loads of extra things to do. It's really cool. Why is it always the fucking sawmill guy that has his tool broken? Why, God. Well, the houses are now warm again, which is good. I'm going to go over and get loads of extra supplies there. And I think we'll call that there then. Oh, let's have a look. Too many arrows up. Sell children. It's evil chat. Yeah, I'm going to hang up my jacket there. I'm going to call that a session well sush, I guess. So yeah, thanks very much for dropping in. This has been fucking hell, it's 470 people here. Holy crap! Yeah, fucking, I don't know. There is a certain appeal to this game. It's you gotta have a certain patience for it. But it does work, and it is quite difficult to get some of these hard starts off the ground. But yeah, what can you do? So I'm going to bugger off now. I'm going to go and say hello to the nephew and whatever. And I'll I'll catch you all later on. So thanks very much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.